Hey y'all, happy Monday. It's time for another car ride quarantine check-in. I hope everyone is doing amazing. I'm actually on the way to meet one of my cousins to go walking. We did this last Thursday, I think it was. We walked around, we walked about 4.3 miles, and it was just so nice to be in her company for one, and to just be outside and enjoying Mother Nature, getting some sunlight, which is most necessary during this time of being in the house for the majority of the day. So I'm on the way to do that, but I just wanted to stop by and check in, wish everyone a happy belated Mother's Day. And that's the subject. Okay, let's talk about that. So yesterday was Mother's Day, and I found myself being extremely reflective yesterday just about the journey that my mother and I have had over the years. So I guess much like a lot of other teenagers, my teenage years, my mom and I did not have the best relationship. I felt as though she was extremely hard on me for no apparent reason. And I honestly was not a bad child. Like, I was not a child that was sneaking around trying to do stuff. Like, I wasn't that child. But I guess, they say based on a parent's experiences, like, they know what they were doing when they were younger, so they try to protect you from making those same mistakes, or from outsmarting them in those same ways. But I really was a good child. Like, I didn't start halfway sneaking around till like my senior year, and I really wasn't doing much of that either, my senior year, but whatever. So I thought about that, and I thought about, I remember having a conversation with one of my aunts back then, and I was telling her, about my relationship with my mom, and, she understood, and she told me, as I got older, I started to see my mom's true intentions, and she said that she and her mom now have an amazing relationship. And I was just reminded of that conversation and how that is definitely my reality. Like, I have such a new appreciation for my mom. She is literally one of my best friends. I can talk to her about any and everything. I do talk to her about any and everything. I appreciate the fact that she allows me to have my own journey in life. She's never made me feel like I had to be this in life in order to, have her love, or, she just doesn't judge me for the things that I do that she may not agree with. And I really appreciate her for that, because I do believe having her support is one of the reasons why I am the woman that I am today. And I just have such a great appreciation for her. And that I don't know where I'm going with that, or why I felt the need to say that, but maybe that's just to say any relationship can be changed if the two parties are willing. And I think what helped to change our relationship was just to be honest with her about the things that may have happened when I was a teenager that I felt some type of way about, and to then hear her give her rationale for doing those things. It really helped me understand that nothing that she was doing was out of malice, but she was one of those parents that she would not give an explanation. It was kind of like, y'all just look like I got a bitty bead, but I promise you it's a little curl back here. It's a curl that I put gel on. It looked like a bitty bead in the camera. Don't get it twisted. Quarantine ain't did me like that, y'all. It's a curl. But yeah, she was very much so one of those parents that was kind of like, is no explanation as to why I'm saying no. Just do as you're told. And I've grown to learn that I struggle with that. I didn't realize that even at a young age I was inquisitive, and so me asking why I was not going against authority, it was really me just needing to understand why certain rules and regulations were in place. And we've had those conversations, and now she understands it from my standpoint, and I think she's also open to learning from me, which I appreciate. And so I tell her all the time, I don't hold anything against her, because I understand my mom was 21 when she had me, and I'm 28, and some days I still, I don't know I don't know how, what am I trying to say? At 28, I don't feel like I have all of the tools that I need to be the type of parent that I aspire to be. So I can't imagine having been 21 and having my first child. But that's one of the things I'm kind of glad I experienced with my mom, because now it's put me in a position that when I have children and they ask why, I'm not going to see that as an attack on my authority or anything like that. I want to take the time to explain to my children the rationale behind the decisions that I make in terms of how I parent them, so that they can understand. And I also realize that parenting a child in a way that just makes them automatically respect authority can be dangerous. And what I mean by that is that if we teach our children that, okay, you do something just because somebody that has more authority than you is telling you to do that, that can be dangerous. That means when they grow up to be adults, they will do, or they have the potential to do whatever it is a boss says to do, or whomever else they view as an authority figure says to do, just because they said to do it. We're not providing them with the tools to be logical or analytical and to, gather information as to why they're being asked to do something, and then make a decision as to whether it's the best course of action for them. So that's something that's extremely important to me, and I literally pray about this, that I'm able, go ahead, sir, that I'm able to meet my children from that perspective. Like, I'm able to instill that in them, and again, not feel as though them asking me why is an attack on my authority as a parent. I don't want to parent that way. So yes, yesterday was a really good day. We didn't get to spend much time together because the prison that my mom works at, they have had an outbreak of the COVID-19. So her work schedule's been kind of different, and she actually had to work yesterday. So we'll celebrate Mother's Day when all of this clears up. Like, I'm going to take her to do some nice things once all of this clears up. But I was just extremely grateful. I mean, literally, I just sat there and I was like, dang, like, I really love my mama. Like, me and my mom are really like that. And I'm so thankful to God for that. I'm so thankful, because I know just from how we were throughout my teenage years and even my early 20s, like, I know how challenging relationships can be with parents. So that's just my little ramble. Like I said, I am about to meet my cousins to go on a walk, and I'm excited about that. And that's pretty much it, y'all. I really do want to, and I've said this like 12 times, I know I really want to post more, but it is a struggle. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's a struggle because I do feel as though one of my purposes here is to just pour into people and to provide a different perspective on certain things. And I do see some of my purpose as being, speaking at certain places just to engage other women and other people and what I have to say. But that's also a fear of mine in terms of losing my sense of is it anonymity? Being anonymous. What is that word? Anonymity, and whatever the word is. That's why I'll use that word, because I always trip up over it. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I like being able to go places and nobody knows who I am. And I'm not saying that in a like a way to think too highly of myself. Like, oh, she thinks she got so much to say that it's gonna get to a point where everybody knows who she is. That's not what I'm not saying that in a way to be boastful at all. But that's just the reality of, when you start understanding what your life's purpose is, I feel as though that's part of how my life is going to be. And I'm not to a place yet where I feel fully comfortable with that. But I guess this is a start. Just turning the camera on some days and just talking, even though it's in my car. It's not the best background, not the best setup, but I guess in doing this will help me just start putting myself out there and just speaking from the heart and letting whatever needs to be said in hopes that it'll help someone. So to wrap this video up, yeah, I'm just thankful at how my relationship with my mom has progressed. I appreciate her so much. She is one of my best friends. She's so full of wisdom and so understanding, and I really appreciate that. And I encourage you, like I said, relationships can be challenging, but just find that middle ground. And I find that a lot of times finding that middle ground starts with just being honest about the ways in which the person has maybe, misunderstood you, or just talking to the person about the challenges of y'all's relationship. I need to shave my legs. Anyway, I can't wait until the European wax center open back up, y'all. Y'all understand? Okay. I'm about to shave my legs. But yeah, I will talk to you all in another video. I appreciate everyone that has remained a subscriber, even though I have not posted in like 2 weeks. And I noticed, like, I'll go hard. I'll post like 2 videos in 1 week, and then it's like, all right, I'm getting too much attention. Like, I'm putting myself out there too much. I don't like this. And then I'll not post. But I'm really praying about that, praying for, just to get to a place where I'm completely confident in my purpose and not worried about all of the other stuff, because at the end of the day, that's not what matters. What matters is being obedient and doing what it is you feel as though you've been called to do. And so that's what I want to do. I will talk to y'all in the next video. I'm still waiting on my cousin to get here, so I don't know, I might record another video. So if you see another video posted this week with me in this same outfit and these sunglasses, you already know what's up. Same day, different video. But I'll talk to y'all later. Take care.